Hello everyone, and we're back to more the 63rd Rune. I'm Greenbean.
And I'm Sapare.
And this is Chapter 3. Thank you for the gift, Princess.
Dustshine was backed into a corner, surrounded by 5 ponies who used to be his friends. Their faces were contorted in anger as they shouted at him.
I'll never forgive you with this.
One yelled, nearly striking Dusk with his hoof. He tried to apologize, but they just wouldn't listen. They were closing in on him now, preparing to wreak vengeance on the frightened unicorn. Before they struck, the pink one spoke.
Dusk, breakfast is ready.
And you are the breakfast. Dustshine awoke.
Oh man, that was actually a pretty intense way to start the chapter. I was like, whoa, what did Dusk do to get his friend to want to kill him? Apparently nothing, it's just a dream. Which is good.
Being himself. I always want to kill him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dustshine awoke with a joy. He opened his eyes, wincing as they adjusted to the sunlight, and let out a breath of relief. Only a nightmare. I'll get it in a moment, he grudgingly said, standing up. Dust shook his mane out and walked to where Bubbleberry was serving breakfast. He had prepared a decent spread of berries, hay, and oats for the group to enjoy, and was happily handing them out to them.
You know, I'm kind of surprised she doesn't have, doesn't have any, sweets. But that's just my opinion. Thanks a bunch.
They make you fat, and Pinkie Pie never eats sweets.
Wait, what? What do you Pinkie Pie never eats sweets?
Pinkie Pie is all obsessed about diet.
That's like saying a Belmont never brings his whip.
Oh, the Belmont doesn't eat chicken.
Yeah. Delicious
or
raw
turkey.
chicken.
Or any.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch, Sugar Cube.
Applejack said, grabbing a bowl of food full of food.
Don't mention it.
Bubble replied.
What made you want to
What
make
made you
breakfast?
want What made you want to steal my voice and my line?
I'm sorry. It's weird because we're reading Rainbow Blitz, but every time I see Dusk, in my head I'm like Dash, because normally I'd be reading a story with Rainbow Dash.
Fair enough. What made you want to make breakfast? Dusk asked, also grabbing a bowl.
Well, since I was already up, I said to myself, hey, every pony will be hungry when they get up, and since I make food all the time, it just made sense to make food for you guys too. That way we won't be all starvy when we get to the Canter lot.
Dusk shocked at the pink pony's explanation. Thank you, Bubble. It didn't cross Dusk's mind that Bubble's real name was Pinkie.
Oh, no.
After all, they had finished their breakfast. The group packed up and left. All that was left behind was some charred ashes, where their fire had once been.
The story is scurry in a fashion. I mean, they're basically being brainwashed by Twilight spells to be like, hey, we're just dudes now, it's cool.
Is that scary?
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't be scary if, someone you knew had been gender changed and, their whole life they were like, nah, women are lame. And now all of a sudden they're like, nah, actually, I love being a girl. It's fun. It's great. I don't know.
I guess it'd be scary, but it never happened to me yet.
Well, fair enough.
Coming ever closer to them was the grand mountain that Canterlot perched on, and it loomed over the small group as they approached the path that led to the Riga city. Even though it was just a walkway, it was still inviting and elegant. Flattened light grey dirt led the way, a nice contrast to the jutting and rocky mountain. Not taking a moment to wait, the group began to climb. Within the hour, the group was standing in front of the drawbridge into the city. As usual, the opening and inviting 2 guards stood at either side of it. Their golden armor shone in the sunlight, and they stood still like statues, not wavering in the slightest. It was almost surreal.
I like how it's opening and inviting, except for the guards. Like, I don't know, does everyone go to a castle and see a couple of guards and be like, this is inviting. This is really my kind of place. I like that if I were an intruder, those guards would probably kill me. It's very reassuring.
But, I mean, they pony guards. Pony guards are nice to you.
Fair enough.
They treat intruders well.
Yeah. Well, ain't no sense standing here looking at it.
Owenstein proceeded to walk over the drawbridge, the rest of the ponies following him. The city was bustling with aristocrats, upper class, and merchant alike. Hundreds of conversations went on at once, whether they be about taxes, who bought what recently, or whether the monarchy had made an acceptable choice. The scents of various high-end perfumes and colognes wafted through the air, ascended by the ornate and luxurious suits and dresses that their owners proudly displayed. All of the occupants strode with a deliberate and florid gait, as if they would be judged and criticized for not walking correctly. And then there were these 6 just douchebags who ran through everything looking at dirt like it was amazing.
Oh, man.
It was not what Dustshine was used to, even though he grew up here.
These are indeed some very high society ponies here. Like, that description, that's actually probably one of the best descriptions I've seen for Canterlot ponies.
To be fair, but I'm still like, it was not what Dustshine was used to, unless it's because his brain is being washed. Didn't he grow up here?
Oh, yeah. But well, I don't know. You are correct. My only assumption from what I've heard is maybe the idea that since Twilight was raised by Celestia and pretty much always a magic nerd, she probably never really talked to anybody. Basically meaning that she didn't deal with all that.
You're saying Celestia kept her in a dungeon all day?
Pretty much. I'm saying that Twilight was a total shut-in and didn't have to deal with high society nonsense because she was the princess's protege.
It's just easy being a shut-in if you're constantly locked in your master's and in your teacher's bedroom.
This is also true.
After a short while of walking, the group was at Canterlot Castle. It was much larger up close, and its large towers seemed to reach the heavens. The echo of higher gusts swirling through the tall peaks reverberated and reached the gate. In front of them was a large ornate door with another set of guards in front of it. As the 6 approached them, the guard spoke up.
"Are you Twilight Sparkle?"
The dark one asked.
I don't know why he has
Twilight,
like the most
yes,
intimidating voice ever.
Dusk replied. But it's just guards. They just do that.
They just do that. Stop, criminal scum. Now, the princess will see you and your companions immediately.
Companions they might be heroes of the universe, but companions.
Yeah, whatevs.
He stomped his hoof on the ground. With a deep creaking, the door began to open. Dust and the rest fried through the entry hall. The ceiling was high and vaulted, with decorative chandeliers lighting the way. A crimson, lavish carpet was spread throughout. Even though they had been here for the grand galloping gala, it remained an astonishing sight. But not to Dustshine. He was used to traveling these hallways frequently, and practically knew how to get to the royal chamber by heart. He led the way, passing the occasional guard, all of which stood silently.
You know, that theory you had is starting to have more credence if he knows the way to the royal chamber by heart.
But he knows the way to the chamber even better. Like the back of his hooves.
Exact. Jeez.
Soon they had reached the entrance to the royal chamber. Large tapestries hung from the walls, with one side depicting symbols of the moon while the other showed the sun. Old sets of displayed armor stood railingly at either end of the door, armed with decorative spears. On the large door was a picture of a sun, but half of it was a blue moon. The symbol was common, and everyone knew it represented the 2 royal sisters, which is why no one remembered Rune existed. The guards positioned at the door nodded, then pushed the doors open for the group. Inside, Celestia waited on her throne. Excitedly, Dusk quickly entered the room. He walked toward the princess, who quizzically looked at him and his friends.
And then she killed all of them. My... Oh, wait. Yeah, my, what a change.
She said, her face turning to a smile. She quickly nuzzled Dusk as he approached her.
It's nice.
I don't know, it's bad touch, man. The way she's reacting, I don't trust her.
Look, princess, I know how we used to do things, but I'm in front of my friends now. You can be a little careful here. I'm a dude, it's a little weird. It's nice to see you, Twilight, although I wish the circumstances had been better.
Me too, princess, Dusk replied. Without another word, he pulled the spell book out of his bag. I've brought the book, like you asked.
Thank you. Now let's see what you've gotten yourself into.
The princess levitated the book in front of her and turned through the pages, quickly finding the right spell. Her eyes narrowed as she began to read.
I don't know why, but just the way that was, stated, I imagine Dusk didn't even, bookmark it. And I can just imagine Celestia being there for, half an hour, I can't find the fucking spell. Why didn't you bookmark this?
Sorry, I forgot. I was busy being a guy. we don't organize. In fact, I had it bookmarked, but then I became a guy, so I just whipped out the bookmark and made it all a mess.
I took the bookmark and ate it. Because that's what guys
do. That.
Yeah. My, this is a very ancient book. In fact, the spell you attempted wasn't even complete.
Then obviously you can't read, you moron.
Certainly not.
Dusk's heart sank. What do you mean?
Well, it happens to be an experimental magic that many powerful unicorns had been constructing together. Unfortunately, it proved to be too difficult to successfully cast, and so it was lost in time. Until that...
And space.
Yeah. Until that is, you discovered it under your library, TM.
Just coincidentally.
Yeah.
You just found this book under your library in Ponyville, which is was created about one generation ago.
I
so
feel
how do
like,
I know?
I feel like Star Swirl the Bearded just saw this one place in this one library in Ponyville, and he's like, this is where I'll hid all of my secret books. I'll put my secret panel over on that wall, put my secret panel over here under the statue. Oh, it'll be fantastic. Nobody will find any of them. Yeah.
The tree's a brain place to hide everything. It's not like trees make things break.
Exactly. Nobody would think to look inside a tree of all places. I mean, come on.
A library tree.
Yeah.
The princess closed the book and stood up.
I'm afraid we'll need something a bit more than just a reversal spell to undo your problem. Because that's not how reversal spells work, I guess. Please, follow me.
Where are we going, princess? Dusk asked, standing at Celestia's side.
I'm going to show you something most ponies don't know about. Something that I've kept to myself, Luna, and a hooful of select scholars. You'll see in a moment.
I'm actually a guy too.
Oh man. At first when she said she kept to herself, I'm like, this is a pretty well kept secret. I'm like, Luna, that makes sense. And a hoopful of select scholars, I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't sound that secret.
I mean, do you think the guy who just hid his books in a library knew about it? Because then that secret is terrible.
Yeah, seriously.
Celestia led them through a nearby door and down a long spiral staircase. The air began to go cold and damp as they descended, despite the many torches leading down. Eventually, they reached a single bookcase at the bottom.
We walked all the way for this?
Blitz blurted, then was slapped by Dustshine. Applejack quickly smacked him in the back of the head. In fact, everyone's just hitting him.
I know, sis, this is violence. I call abuse. You shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, I added the Dustshine because I would hit him, but Applejack would hit him too.
My question is, he says walked all this way. When did he walk? Why would he walk? This isn't canon. I refuse this.
He doesn't know he's a guy. Guys don't use wings.
I guess not.
Guys' wings are always straight, so they can't use them.
That explains way too much.
Causing Blitz to groan in pain and rub where he was struck. Celestia simply smiled as her horn lit up. She loved abuse.
She loves, like, pain of others. That's what makes her such a great ruler.
Is that what we came here for? Dusk began, but trailed off as the books were levitated out and rearranged in such a way that the spines created a large L for lesbians. Shortly after, the bookcase shifted to the left, revealing a door in the wall. The word library was engraved on it. It's simple writing. I mean, that's good also be the L, but yeah. I'm going with Smiley C.
I am too. I mean, it's L. It could be love, library, or lesbians. And I prefer the third option.
It's loving library lesbians.
Oh, see, there you go. You're getting the idea. So, what's the L stand for? I'm so good at guessing games.
Bobby said, being a moron. Precisely. Oh no, wait, that's what the hell. Okay, I guess he's not a moron. Never mind. Precisely, as of late, however, it could stand for Luna. The princess gave it. Fuck, what am I reading?
I don't know who's talking anymore, is the thing.
Celestia.
Yeah. Precisely, as of late, however, it could stand for Luna.
The princess gave a short sigh.
She spends all of her time cooped up in here, reading. In fact, she reminds me of you, Twilight, which is a very terrible thing.
So, Celestia, might that be because you can only open this door from the outside and you locked her inside? That would be amazing. Like, Celestia, I've been here for 2 years now.
Ah, poor Luna. It's rough being immortal when you're banished to everything. Banished to the moon, banished to the library. Next thing you know, she'll be banished to the kitchen.
Okay, I could make a comment, but Dusk blushed with embarrassment for a moment before following the princess into the library. The room was very vast, with toy bookcases reaching to the ceiling. They were arranged like the spokes on a wagon wheel, meeting at the middle and expanding outwards. On the ceiling was a very expensive mural depicting the creation of Equestria, the raising and lowering of the sun and moon, and Luna's banishment. It was extremely intricate and detailed, and Dusk couldn't help but admire it. They walked to the center of the room, where Dusk noticed several tables and chairs were positioned. He saw a large stack of books on one of the tables and could hear a pony busily flipping through the pages. Straining his ears, he heard the clacking of something together. It sounded like wood against wood. Celestia cleared her throat.
Ahem, Luna?
She asked. The clacking and flipping of pages stopped, and a kobold pony poked her snout over the stack of books. Dusk had a nervous twitch at the sight of the princess and immediately turned his head and mouthed to his friends. Don't act up.
What? Since when?
Don't panic.
Since when is Dusk? When is Twilight afraid of Luna? So weird.
I guess this is before season 2, but I don't know.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Yes, Celestia, the Moon Princess asked. You want to add anything?
No, I just think you could be right. It's hard to tell when a lot of the, like, especially this one, I know it's an older story, so it could have been before the Luna eclipsed.
Then she noticed the others. Oh, who came with you?
You might not recognize them, but these are the elements of harmony.
Luna cringed slightly at the words.
Oh.
Their eyes began to burn and she was too... Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely before Luna eclipsed.
Celestia continued.
They're here because of an unfortunate incident involving a spell that kind of is going to banish you to the moon again. You'll also notice that they all have dicks, but ignore that.
Luna narrowed her eyes and confirmed the fact.
God damn it, Luna.
God damn it. Oh my, that looks serious. Like some serious dick magic. We made it. We got so far.
We got so far and tried so hard, but in the end, we're just really bad people.
Yes.
Indeed,
Keep going.
indeed it is. I've come here to find a particularly ancient spell. Would you care to help?
The Moon Princess stepped out from behind her stack of books, revealing her full rings and jeweled necklace. Were you playing dress up? I suppose I could help. What are you looking for?
Well,
Celestia started circling around the central area.
something along the lines of gender reversal, even though I said a reversal spell would not work.
Right, maybe there's like general reversal spell and there's a specific reversal spell.
Yeah,
I don't.
maybe. I don't know. I'm just...
Maybe they should just cast it again.
Maybe so. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They become more manly?
They become the Herms.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Luna closed her eyes for a moment in deep concentration. She tried to recall any book that might have a spell that strong. She opened her eyes as one came to mind.
You could try the Forbidden... Oh, oops.
The Forbidden Scroll.
Yeah, it's so forbidden my voice changed.
Oh, the pony changed, yes. Thus became uneasy at the word forbidden. Even though he just cast a spell from a book that he probably wasn't supposed to read, he just does that.
Yeah. Just is the way he works, you know.
He looked from princess to princess, waiting for Celestia's response. The room was terribly silent for an agonizing amount of time. Finally, Celestia spoke up.
We could attempt to use it, however it is called forbidden for a reason, sister.
Yes, I know. I read all about it. It started as a collection of the most powerful space created. But through corruption and dark intention, it became full of sinister and dangerous magic, which caused it to be seized and forbidden, to be recreated by our glorious and benevolent ruler, Princess Celestia. Upon finishing, a smile crept upon Luna's face, and then she shot her in the face with a beam. I know, she's gonna turn evil. She looks evil.
You know, yeah, why? She's so evil in this story, and I wonder if that's actually gonna be relevant. Why is Luna, like, looking up dark magic and being like, I know what you've been doing, Celestia. I watch you clop at night every day.
I'm sealing Luna, and I watch you.
Exactly.
Celestia seemed pleased at her sister's knowledge and returned a kind look. Oh, okay, I guess this was kind. We completely misinterpreted that. Next time someone puts a gun to my head, I'm just like, oh, thank you, give me a hug.
I mean, next time someone threateningly tells me, like, hey, I know you've done some evil shit, I'll be like, yeah, I have been doing some stuff. Look, guy, it's cool. Thanks, I love you too. That's exactly correct. However, not all of the spells within the scroll were dangerous. We shall take a look at it.
I do find it funny. Celestia's like, Luna's like, we could use the forbidden book. Celestia's like, no, those are forbidden. And then Luna's like, I know, you're right. And then Celestia's like, no, you moron, some of them are okay.
I know, it's a very
She's
weird...
such a troll.
It's such a weird chain of logic. Like, you know... Celestia is like, hey, look, those are forbidden, and Luna's like, I know you use some of these. Come on, they're not all that bad. And Celestia's like, well, they're not all bad. Let's do it. You know, for all
Thank you,
time's
princess.
sake. Yeah.
Das said, looking up to her. Yes, thank you very much. Butterscotch added. The rest of them took turns thanking the princess, who rolled her eyes. Fuck these ponies and then being happy.
I know, seriously. Why you guys gotta be so formal? Shit. In fact, she literally says that. Please, there's no need to be so formal with me. Now let's find that scroll. Luna, if you will.
She nodded to Luna, who was leaning over to read a book. She perked up at the mention of her name. Man, she has like, her attention span is like, boop, I'm done.
Yes.
I have like 2 seconds, fuck it, I'm reading this book.
She has less of an attention span than Timmy Turner.
Oh yes, of course, she said, turning. I believe that scroll is this way. She led Celeste and the 6 ponies down one of the many hallways. They continued until they reached the very end of the room, where an old dusty display case stood. It had an old wooden frame, and the foggy glass was just translucent enough to reveal an aged scroll, lightly hovering on a small pedestal. Celestia's horn lit up as she began to mouth several words. The case was surrounded in blue light for a moment, which then seemed to shatter and dissipate. This Marbury, like, this thing is hidden inside a hidden library inside the castle of the most powerful pony of the universe.
Yeah.
This thing is impossible to get to.
It really is. It's like it's hidden in a secret library, in a secret passage. And
that has to be broken with a special word.
Right, exactly. Man, like, this is some video game logic. Imagine, I can imagine having to do this exact thing in a game. Like a, King's Quest.
An adventure game.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Even after all these years, I still remember that anti-shield spell.
This story would have sucked if I hadn't. Oh, sorry, I gotta go home. I don't remember to play this shit.
Oh, man. Now, that's what would happen in an adventure game. You would have gone down there with Celeste and she's been like, it's been 1,000 years. I don't remember this shit.
You find a book to remind me.
Yeah.
And then you have to go across the whole world.
Right.
To Mount Doom.
Exactly, to find her the words of power to open the damn gate. Anyways, I played way too much King's Quest, guys. I love this series, but it's ball busting.
Celestia said, in a whimsical tone. She levitated the scroll in front of herself and unfurled it. Thus looked at the spell as Celestia did, and noticed it was in a language he didn't recognize, even after all of his research. So even a secret language on top of it.
Jesus. How many layers does it need? I mean, if it's a language only the princesses even remember exists, does it even need a magic shield?
Did she commit, like, I mean, maybe they're gonna be like, she just made the language, but my theory is now that she eradicated everyone who ever spoke that language. It's like, I'm sorry, but we gotta commit mass murder to not commit mass murder.
Yeah, maybe so. She was like, hey guys, this scroll has the history reset button. All of you need to die.
All of you guys go visit Luna.
Yep.
On the moon. He also noticed that the text had a faint glow to it. Clearly this was some powerful magic. For the next few moments, Celestia pored over the scroll, scrutinizing its every detail. The rest sat in silence, waiting for her to announce what to do. After many minutes, and with a look of concern on her face, the princess of the fun... yes, of fun. The sun finally spoke.
Oh no, it's the...
Princess Pinkie Pie.
Yep, it's the McCarthaning. It's just, everyone's a princess. It's too intense. The spell is indeed very old. So old, in fact, that it was made during the times when physical objects were still used for incantations.
I mean, Princess, I assume the scroll would be old, being that it was in an old library on an old scroll in an old... I don't know, it's just they've explained how old this place is.
Yeah, I know.
A lot.
I get you.
Being versed in magic, thus spoke up. What do you mean, Princess? Do we need to include artifacts of some sort?
Precisely, Twilight. They appear to be very rare ingredients, however. I can only hope they still exist. I mean, we need, like, Fang of the Bear Hydra. I don't even think that I don't think that's real.
Who did I wrote this? Oh yeah, me. God damn it. I was drunk again.
Well, what do we need?
Blitz asked anxiously.
Patience, Rainbow Dash.
Celestia replied, looking over the scroll once more.
The answer is written in God damn it. I'm sorry, the answer is
You wrote this
in a riddle. Oh my god. What the hell? There are so many layers on this thing. Okay, so you need to be able to read an unwritten language. You need to find this scroll in the depths of basically nowhere. You need to read an unknown language. You need to be able to answer a riddle. You need to find the world's rarest magic nonsense. Like, Jesus, how many more layers could you put on this thing?
It is, after all, an adventure game logic.
It really is. Like,
I'm surprised someone has made this into an adventure game now that I think about it.
I am too. I would, like, legit play this game, as ridiculous as it all sounds. You know me, like I said, I love King's Quest. I'm crazy. Oh, riddles! I love riddles!
Baba Baby also likes King Quest.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Go buy it now, yay! Okay, Baba Baby suddenly chimed. He had been uncharacteristically quiet for the whole time.
What is it? What is it?
Celeste couldn't help but grin at the young stallion enthusiasm. Right, his enthusiasm.
In, like, massive, massive quotation marks. Yeah. You're Sorry.
You're quite eager.
You're enthusiastic, are you? You're quite eager. Let us begin.
She began to read from the text. Up in the heavens, the master contains the key. Down is the answer.
Oh, I mean, I thought I was gonna read it, but okay.
Okay, you can read it.
Okay. I get to read the riddles, guys. I'm the adventure game player here. Up in the heavens, the master contains the key. Down is the answer.
Get on your knee.
God damn it. When you put it like that, the last part literally could say, get down on your knees.
Did pretty much, like, yeah, it rhymes too.